Okay, for your out of class assignment, I asked you to work on answering, I asked you to work on a couple of activities. So here are possible answers. Whoops. Don't know why I did that. No, can't get it to go down. Okay, so for number one, for example, it says eres canadiense. You would say no, yo, or you could leave the yo out because in Spanish, the subject is understood with the spelling of the verb. Plus, after a question is asked, we already know who's speaking. So you could say no, yo, yo, or you could say yo, no soy. So you could either say no, yo no soy, or yo, or no, no soy. The first no means no, the second no means not. So when you want to negate your verb, when you want to give the negative of your verb to say that you are not, someone is not, they aren't, someone can't sing, can't dance, can't run, etc. You don't need the can't in there. You just need a no in front of your verb, and that makes it the negative. That means you can't do that action. So yo no soy canadiense, okay? And even though I'm a girl, remember, canadiense and estadounidense are the only adjectives of nationality that have no feminine form. The masculine and the feminine is the same. So the girls should say, no soy canadiense, and the boys as well. Then it says, son profesores tus padres? Well, for me, the answer would be no, no, and I could say mis padres, or I could say mis padres, or I could say ellos, or I could leave it out altogether. But then I want to put no son profesores. Okay? Tus amigos son trabajadores. No, I'm going to say yes. Sí, my friends would be mis amigos son trabajadores. Okay? Eres de San Francisco. For me, this is no. And again, I could either say yo no or just no soy de San Francisco. Okay. Tu familia es rica, ¿verdad? For me, this is no. No, mi familia. Notice this time I'm using me instead of mis. These are possessive adjectives, which we'll learn a little bit later on. But they were in the first part of your book. Me and mis both mean my. So if what belongs to you, like amigos and padres, is plural, you use mis. If what belongs to you is singular, you use mi, like familia is singular. So mi familia, no mi familia, no es, and you don't use son here because it's the group is singular, just like in Spanish. I mean, in English, we don't say my family are big, we say my family is big. So no, mi familia no es rica, and it's rica because familia is a feminine word. Okay, son pobres los profesores. I'm going to say yes. Sí, los profesores son pobres. Eres bajo? No. Again, it could either be yo or not. No, no soy baja. And I'm changing it to baja here because I'm a girl. Okay. So then if we scroll down to here, you were just supposed to answer the questions, however you don't need to. You just need to create a yes/no question. So when we do that, for number one, you would have had, when you do that, you want to flip-flop your subject and your verb. So the verb, it says, la actriz Eva Méndez es baja y fea. Es is my verb, so I start off with es. And it doesn't matter if I go ahead and mention the noun, the subject here, or if I put it at the end, but the examples look like they're putting them at the end, so I'm going to put it at the end. So I'm going to put the rest of my sentence, es baja y fea, and then I'm going to put my noun. La actriz Eva Méndez. Okay? So then Pedro Almodóvar is director de cine, so if I wanted to turn that into a question, I would put my verb first, es, and then director de cine, Pedro Almodóvar. Okay. Here, Pablo Picasso is pintor, so I'd say es pintor. Pablo Picasso. El flamenco es un baile español, so I would say es un baile español el flamenco. Los tenistas españoles son perezosos. So my verb is son this time. Son perezosos or lazy. Los tenistas españoles. Yaciel Puig es jugador de béisbol. So that my verb is es. The rest of my sentence is jugador de. Sometimes what you'll be asking will be an adjective. You're asking for a trait of someone, and sometimes you'll be asking for their profession or their student status, which would be a noun. In this case, it's a noun. Es jugador de béisbol Yaciel Puig. Okay, then Penelope Cruz y Javier Bardem son poetas. So I would say son poetas. Penelope Cruz y Javier Bardem. And then Alberto Contador es un ciclista famoso. My verb is es. Again, I have a noun, ciclista famoso, but this is what I want to know about. This noun is not my subject. My subject is Alberto Contador. So es ciclista famoso Alberto Contador. Okay, here you were supposed to read this paragraph and then match the answers with the question. So la fiesta de San Fermín en España es muy famosa. Siempre es en Pamplona, en el norte de España. El primer día es el 6 de julio y el último día es el 14 de julio. Durante 9 días sueltan los toros que corren por las calles. Los jóvenes corren delante de los toros. Es muy peligroso, pero también muy emocionante. El novelista norteamericano Ernest Hemingway, famoso por The Sun Also Rises, describió muy bien la fiesta de los Sanfermines. ¿Dónde es la fiesta? ¿Dónde means where? This is what I was practicing is your understanding of these question words. ¿Dónde means where? So it would be in Pamplona, España. El número 2 dice, ¿cuándo es el primer día de la fiesta? ¿Cuándo is when? And this is the first day. The first day is el 6 de julio, so it would be C. 3, ¿cuál es el último día de la fiesta? Which is the last day? That would be the 14th. 4, ¿quiénes corran por las calles? Who runs in the streets? That's who, and it's plural because it expects you to have more than a plural answer, which would be los toros y los jóvenes. It's not just one person who's running. 5, ¿cómo es la fiesta? Whenever you have como plus ser, it means what is it like? So you're going to give an adjective that describes either a person, a place, thing, animal, etc. So what is the celebration like? It's emocionante, very exciting. And ¿quién es el autor norteamericano que se asocia con esta fiesta? So who's the author, the North American author that one associates with this party? I'm sorry, not party, holiday or the celebration. And it's quién instead of quiénes because it's just one person that we're looking for, which would be Ernest Hemingway. So whenever you know it's one person, you use quién, and whenever it's multiple people, you use quiénes. Okay. Okay, here in the bottom, what I wanted you to do is fill in the question word. So it says, hola, blank, te llamas. When you want to know someone's name, we use the question word como. The answer, me llamo Carmen Domínguez. Y tú, soy Jesús Sánchez, soy de Salamanca. Y tú, blank, eres, soy de Bilbao. Here they're telling where they're from. When you want to know where someone is from, it's de donde. You've got to add the de with the donde. Donde is where something is located. De donde is where something is from. So if you want someone to say where they're from, which is the case here, soy de Bilbao, you put de donde. Blank, estás aquí en Pamplona. Pero chica, estoy aquí para correr con los toros en las fiestas. So he's starting to give a reason as to why he's here. So the question that gets at that is probably why. Why are you here? Why are you here in Pamplona? To run with the bulls. Pues yo participo casi todos los años. Blank haces en Salamanca. Soy estudiante de literatura inglesa. What do you do in Salamanca? I'm a student, an English literature student. So what do you do? What would be K? ¿Qué haces? What do you do in Salamanca? Genial. Blank estudias. What do you study? ¿Qué estudias? En la Universidad de Salamanca, estoy un poco nervioso. Blank son los toros, son muy grandes. So if we're asking for a description of them, we want to know what they're like. And remember, como with ser gets at what something is like. Oh, I take it back. Number 5 is not K. I misread that one. Number 5 is donde, because he answers with at the University of Salamanca, and then he flips it back to talking about the bulls. So it should be not what do you study, but where do you study, because his answer is at the University of Salamanca. Imagínate, son grandes y rápidos, pero es una experiencia muy emocionante. Y blank, empezamos a correr ahora. Ahora means now. Vámonos, let's go. So he probably wanted to know when. When do we start running? And when is cuando? So 7 would have been cuando. Okay, and lastly, you had to choose between que and cuál. And just remember that que can be used like cuál to mean which. Usually it's only used when immediately following the blank is a noun. If immediately following the blank is a noun, you can't use cuál. So for example, hora es. It's got to be que because hora is a noun. You can't ever have cuál with hora, even though hora does imply a choice. Blank es tu clase favorita. That's a choice. Which is your, out of all your classes, which is your favorite? So we would normally use cuál. We would only use que if there had been a noun there. If it had been, que, I don't even know how you could say it with a noun there. But since there isn't a noun, it would be cuál. Blank es tu cuaderno. Which is your notebook? Which out of all of these is yours? So it should be cuál again. Blank día es hoy. Because it's día, which is a noun, you've got to use que. Que día es hoy. Blank hora es la clase de español. Hora again is a noun, so we've got to use que. Blank es la fecha de tu cumpleaños. Out of all the possible dates, which date is your birthday? That would be cuál, because it's a choice. Blank son tus libros en la mesa. Which of the books on the table are yours? And because it's got the plural, it's wanting to know which, meaning which group of books are yours. They're assuming there's more than one, so you have to make it plural. And blank hay en tu mochila, there's no choice there. It's just asking you to identify what's in your book bag, and so that would be K.